Good morning, everybody. Come on in here. Come on in here. Let's talk about something real quick. My dog, Coco, is still asleep. She is literally snoring her ass off right now. I woke up about, I want to say I've been up for about 45 minutes now. I don't have anything going on this morning. So I was up early because actually I'm expecting a friend to drop off some catering supplies that I loaned them, and that's supposed to happen this morning. But then I started writing this post. So I was writing this post about the fact that last night I ran into Charles. And so I'm standing waiting to cross the street. It's about 9:30 in the evening, and I'm standing there and I noticed this guy from a block away walking up the street. But he's not walking in the sidewalk. No, he's walking like in the street, but close to the curb though. So nothing crazy. And he's got no shirt on, and you could just see that this dude is ripped. Who is his trainer is what I want to know. But anyway, so I'm noticing him and I'm like, wait a minute, that looks like Charles. Because first of all, most of the time that I've ever seen Charles on ASI, he's not had a shirt on. Um, he has a particular way about him that's recognizable. If you know, you know. So I'm like, okay, this is interesting. And my first thought was content. And I'm like, do you pull your phone out? And do you? And I'm like, no, no. Because first of all, that's a little corny, I think. And second of all, um, I think if I outside of the ASI bubble, right, probably would appreciate having a conversation, even if ASI does come up, but without a camera in their face, because, you know, uh, that was my way of thinking. And so I was like, you know what? No, just chop it up with bro if he steps over. And so he approaches, he gets closer, and I'm like, hey, Charles, ASI, right? So he turns around, he's like, yeah, yeah. I introduced myself to him. Hey, I'm Dominique. Um, I've watched you on ASI a few times. I've enjoyed, your storyline. How you doing? He's like, oh, Dominique, okay, cool, 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 cool. I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. Nice to meet you, nice to meet you. I'm good, I'm good. I just got out, I was locked up on parole violation. I just got out 2 days ago. You feel me? I'm on my way to see my brother real quick. Um, so I guess his brother lives somewhere in the neighborhood or whatever. It's like I'm on my way to see my brother or whatever the case may be. I'm like, oh, okay, that's neat, that's neat. So, we start chopping it up. We get to talking about the tragedy fight. Um, we talk a little bit about we talk a little bit about kind of the state of ASI a little bit. Um, and in general, I gotta tell you, I was very, very, very impressed. Bro is like everything that you think. of him when you see him on screen, I gotta give it to bro. He gives that energy in real life. Like he showed absolute. See, and this is the difference between a real and someone like Marcus, right? This man showed absolutely no sense of shame or embarrassment. First hand, second hand, third hand, any hand, as he stood out there speaking with me. As you know, generally speaking, I can literally tell you like 99.9% of the men in my neighborhood are pretty much just like that. They will stand out there and hold a conversation with me while they got their girl with them, because it's nothing between us and they're comfortable in their skin, so why would there be a issue, right? But of course with Marcus, um there may be some discomfort about other things. Um, but anyway, as I was saying with Charles, on the other hand, you saw a man who was in command of his manhood, and he was in very much in command of his manhood, and that's why he was comfortable enough to stand out there and have a conversation with me. Um, but really nice guy, gentleman, very, very calm, cool, collected type of personality. Um, Definitely somebody see yourself having a beer with, your thing. Um, yeah, this is a great guy. In real life, he's a great guy. So if y'all kind of thing, I'm not, it wasn't like there was nothing flirtatious about our interaction on either of our side. Let me be clear about that off rip. Um, But if you happen to come across him or you see him pop up on ASI and you're looking for someone within the ASI bubble to support or kind of, do something for, I gotta say, Charles would be a really good candidate. So if you see his Cash App or his whatever pop up on an Atlanta Street Interviews screen interview, please do me a favor and if you're blessed enough to do so, bless that young man, send him something, because for one, I suspect that he's one of the few people who will probably spend that money wisely. That's for one thing. He doesn't give me druggy. Now, granted, he just came out of jail, but anytime you've seen Charles, he's never given, at least in anything I've seen, Charles has never given drugged out, right? He's never given alcoholed out. But the reason why I really wanted to bring this live up was because I was writing the post and I was getting ready to make a point, and then I said, you know what? This point needs to be a whole live on its own. So wake your ass up and make the point. And here is a guy like Charles. First of all, Charles is a nice looking guy. Charles is a nice guy. Charles is not one of the villains in the ASI history, right? So Charles is somebody that the females in the audience have a very strong liking for. So you gotta think, with Marcus being as content driven as he is, why on earth did he let Charles slip away so easily? And I mean, yeah, he kind of floats in and out of the Atlanta streets interviews bubble, but Charles is a character on ASI who Marcus could have gotten a lot more out of. Well, why didn't he? Why didn't he? Why didn't why in other words, why wasn't Charles the polo of the situation? Why didn't Charles ever become the polo of the situation? Why didn't Charles ever become the Josiah of the situation? Well, Josiah is a lot younger. But why didn't Charles ever become like, because Charles was I can imagine that dudes in the audience would respect Charles. I'm sure that most females in the audience would be attracted to Charles. He's a nice looking guy. Charles is handsome as hell in real life. You gotta wonder, right? Why didn't Marcus get create more content around Charles? And I got to thinking about that, and the only thing that I could come up with is that Charles wouldn't be his lapdog. Charles could never have formed the kind of bond with Marcus formed with Polo or Josiah, because Charles is a man's man. You understand what I'm saying? Like, Charles is a man's man. You know what I'm saying? Like, Charles is the kind of man that you expect to see in a cologne commercial. But it got to be like some cheap cologne like Brute or like Old Spice or some shit. It can't be no fruity. It can't be none of that Tom Ford. Like, it got to be like a real manly kind of cologne. Like, that's what Charles gives. Charles gives the character in the cologne commercial. And Dominique Charles Kid, he had on some Jordans. Yes, he did, Juno. He had on some Jordans last night. Good morning, Vibes Queen. How you doing, darling? But yeah, and so I'm like, looking at Charles, I'm like, shoot, how the hell Marcus been running around piling up with these subpar ass motherfuckers, right? No names needed. But for some reason, Charles was never able to rise through the ranks of ASI. And to be honest with you, with everything that Marcus is going through right now, if he wanted somebody to take over the channel, if he wanted somebody to kind of his backup plan, or somebody who could keep the product in the street, if you think about it, of all of the men that we've seen come, of, of all of the men that we've seen come through Atlanta Street's interviews, Charles would have probably been the best pick in a situation like that, right? But of course, Charles is not that, because Charles floats in and out of ASI. But again, that's because Charles is not usable. Charles is not pliable. Charles is not bendable. Oops. Charles is not bendable. Charles is not stretchable. Charles is who he is. I'm telling y'all that the person I met last night is the exact person I've ever seen on any episode that he's been on of ASI, period. That's who Charles is in real life. Real life, like, that's who Charles is. And he's an alpha male in real life. But the cool thing about his alpha maleness is it doesn't come across as toxic or fake or weak. It comes across as very mild-mannered, but very strong at the same time, if that makes sense. If you know, you know. If you've been around men and you know, like, the differences between men's temperament and their attitudes and things of that nature, then you know what I'm talking about. You get what I'm saying. But must have come to the realization that somebody like Charles was not going to be someone that he would be able to treat the way that he treats Polo. See, now we see, look how long it took for him to finally start. And he carrot dangled Polo for what, 2-3 years? He has carrot dangled Polo for two. He tried to carrot dangle me, but as you seen, I was not having that. I don't play that. I know who I am. You fuck with me or you don't. Period. And if you don't, keep it pushing. Cause I don't care. Cause I rocks with me. Period. So it don't matter. But he realized that he could not little boy Charles the way he little boy Josiah, the way he little boys to little boy Tragedy. And that's one of the reasons why he hate Tragedy, because Tragedy right now the most resistant to the little boy bullshit. Marcus does not like to be around men who challenge his manhood. Marcus does not like to be around men who have either shit. Who would want to be equal to that? But Marcus don't want to be like to be around men who have a stronger sense of male presence or manlyhood or manhood than him. Even if they're wearing a skirt, he don't want that around him. He don't. He don't. He don't. He's just your average short guy. He really is, if you think about it. He really is. He really is. You see what I told him in the, you're just a, what did I say? I think I said you're just a camera and a gun. That's it. That's it. You out here trying to tell other men how to live and about manhood and being reckless and making decisions. Nigga, how you a baby daddy in your 40s, bruh? The fuck? Nick. This nigga's a BD. I can't. I can't. I can't. But you out here telling, see, but he couldn't have never done that with Charles, y'all. Presence of any of those other guys that you've seen maintain positions in the Atlanta Street interview space. Dominique don't start whispering, I'd be cracking up. I might have to because I got a secret. But oh wait, I didn't even say. First of all, let me say I'm joking, and second of all, let me say I shouldn't have said that in the context of this particular conversation because I know minds could go in all types of directions. So let me be when I said that. But yeah, it knows that Charles would have been their relationship. Like you see how long Polo been riding for Marcus. Charles would have been punched Marcus in his throat. It's just no way. You think Charles could be standing there with his woman and allow Marcus to have his finger in his woman's face? This is some of the shit that I've seen Marcus do to niggas with girlfriends on ASI. I done seen Marcus damn near threaten niggas' girls. I done seen Marcus put fingers in faces. I done seen Marcus push up on. I done seen a lot. Crazy work. Crazy work. Crazy work. Do you think I could be with a nigga? And this is my man. This is my whole man. We not just, this is I claim him, he claim me. And I'm going to sit there and let some little short ass nigga stand on his tippy toes to point in my nigga face. Baby, I'd have swept that mother F off his feet so fast. Y'all gotta learn how to sweep a nigga off his feet. I'm gonna have to, you know what? Maybe one time for self-defense live. I gotta teach y'all how to sweep a nigga off his feet, disarm a gun from him, pistol whip him with the gun, give him a good talking to, and then send him home with his gun. Yeah, I gotta teach them how to do that. I got to teach them how to do it. I got a whole I have a whole story time about that. So that's not a joke. I'm dead serious. Like I'm so serious about that. Vibes Queen said, my man better defend me, else I'm leaving his ass. Okay, I know that's right. If I gotta defend myself, I can be by myself. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But but I guess I'll be the defender no matter what the situation is. I'm flipping something. Yup, I'm flipping something. ASI, or y'all know how to send. I don't know his cash app. I can ask him. Again, I didn't cut the camera on because I didn't really want to be like, if I want to interview Charles, I don't want to do it like on some shit like, oh, there's Charles. Let me pull my camera out. No, I would I would schedule something. I'd cook him a meal. I would do something very professional and reach out and do it that way. But it was just nice to just have the conversation and just, kind of see that. It was just refreshing to see that, what? The guy is genuine. Like he's really who he is, like that's not that energy he gives off that resonates with us. It's not a fake energy. It's the energy that told Marcus, you know what, you better make this one and done, or you better make this more a once in a blue mooner, because Charles is not going to be the kind of man that you going to just have out here looking crazy. And if you notice, he's never had Charles out here looking crazy. And he never will, because Charles is not that. Charles is not that kind of man. Charles is not, you not about to get him up in certain scenes, do certain activities that he wouldn't normally do. If you can pick up what I'm putting down, you wink wink. You're not about to have him out here you can't talk to him the way you talk to Polo, the way you try to talk to Tragedy, the way you talk to these people's girlfriends. You can't talk like that. You understand what I'm saying? So, Vibes said Charles was playing good at his age. Shit. Vibes Queen Charles looked good at his age. And brother, I say this to you respectfully. Because like I said, ain't nothing flirtation take place between us. I would have, baby, looking at them damn arms. Charles, I swear to God, I don't know Charles, what were you lifting while you was locked up? Like, were you just lifting other inmates for, like, what were you doing? Like, nigga, you really look like you was, like, in there, like, bench pressing, like, picnic tables or something. I don't know what the hell. I see this barrel-chested mother effer walking up the street. I'm like, you know what? I know the light is green and I could cross. I mean, I know the light is green and I could literally cross this street. But I do see this about 6'2", barrel-chested, wide-shouldered. That's Atlanta Falcon built for real, for real. Like, if I'm Atlanta Falcon, I must just be the water boy for the Atlanta Falcons. Cause that mother effer, no, he is straight quarterbacking. Okay? He half backing, quarterbacking, full backing, 3% backing, 1% milk backing. He is the backer of all the backings. The back is backing. The shoulders was backing. The biceps was backing. Everything about that man was backing. Marcus knew he could never. Marcus, you could never. You could never. You could never. And you knew it. I'm starting to learn Marcus more and more. You knew off rip that standing next to that 6'2", fine ass, chiseled behind, bodied, intelligent minded you knew rip you was not going to be able to play with him. Jupiter's opulence said, yup, I like them built like John Henry. Bitch, let me tell you something. He looked like You know how, like, all right, if we was to play a game where, if it was a game that you could play where you had to guess somebody's job just based on how they look, I swear to God, that man gets up every morning. He go grab his axe. He climb up a big old tree. He ties a big old rope around that mother effer. He swings on down that mother effer, and then he attached that rope to something else. He wraps it around like 3, 4, 5, 6 times. He ties it real tight, and then he get the chopping and chopping on the right side. Then he swings around to the left. He get the chopping and chopping. Then he goes to the other side, and he gets the chopping until that big old 3,000 pound tree falls down. And then you know what he do, y'all? You know what he do? Charles sits on top of the tree, on top of the lumber, right? He sits as a smoke and he wipes the one little thing of sweat that come down his forehead, because I think that's all that he going that's good. That one little drop of sweat that he wipes it off, and then he'll take his hat off and like he'll swing his hat down and light up a cigarette. That's what Charles gives me. Marlboro man. Okay? But Newports rather than Marlboros, if that makes sense. That's what he gives me. Yeah, that's what he gives. Marcus, you never could have put, you know, I always say, there are certain measurements. Vibes Queen. Vibes Queen, I'm not lying though. And I'm saying this respectfully. Like I say, Charles, if you ever see this or hear this or anybody, I'm saying this respectfully. Now, I can't help what my eyes see now. Okay? My eyes see a handsome man. My eyes see a handsome man. Okay? But my brain can still respect. You understand? No matter what my eyes see, my brain can still respect what it is. Lord, you damn sure did challenge my eyes last night, Charles. I am not even gonna lie to you, bro. That was an eye challenge, royal. Y'all don't know. No, I'm dead serious. Like, y'all don't even. Let me tell you something. You could have replaced the sidewalks in the street with a beach and sand. You could. you, Cause it looked like the way Charles walked up that damn street was like in one of the damn commercials or something. Literally could have replaced the sidewalk in the street for blue or green beach water. Instead, he said Dominique acting up early. Hi, Lisa. No, listen. But you could have replaced that mother effer with some damn sand, okay, on a beach. Because the way he walked up that Charles walked up that block like you know how you ever been around a man where you know he just knows he's the shit? Like when a nigga know, like he could look to his left and whatever nigga he see ain't fucking with him, he could look to his right, whatever he look in front of him. Whatever he see ain't effing with him, he could look behind him. Whatever he see ain't had that kind of energy. Because if you haven't, girl, you lived. Because I have. I've been around that energy before. And I was around that energy again. That's the kind of energy it gives. You understand what I'm saying? Like, no, I don't need the sidewalk. Why I gotta walk on the snow? Sidewalks is for niggas like Marcus. Okay, I walk in the street. When I walk up the street, I walk in the street. Sidewalks is for niggas like Marcus. Y'all stay on the sidewalk. I been jumped off the porch. Fuck, I'm being on the sidewalk for. I'm walking. He was walking against traffic, but not like some crazy man. So longer to get ready than me. Let me tell you something. But he wasn't looking like it wasn't somebody walking in the street against traffic. You look at them and it's kind of like, oh yeah, going on. But with him, that's not. It just was. It wasn't that. It just was. That's just how apparently how he feels comfortable traveling. Through the hood. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? But but Marcus could not be comfortable on camera beside that man. There's no way he would be comfortable on camera. Man. And I'm gonna tell y'all something else. I figured out when I became Marcus's enemy. Because I was thinking, I was wondering, like, damn. I mean, he did loan me that little change, and so I was wondering, like, how did that even happen? Like, where that was came out of. But I figured it out, y'all. And now this is the part I'm gonna have to whisper because this is a secret. Marcus, I became Marcus's enemy when, yes, it was random and definitely disappointing, but it was random for y'all, but it wasn't random for me. I'm gonna tell y'all when when I became Marcus's enemy. If you go back to when Tone and Eliana had the wedding, the justice of the peace thingy at courthouse where they got their marriage certificate. We were at a wedding and I was gonna, kind of stand in for them or whatever, which I would have been very, very happy to do, by the way. But anyway, well, after we left the courthouse, right? Outside the courthouse, if you notice, Marcus on an interview with Marcus is doing an interview with Tony and Eliana, right? I did not want to be in the interview because remember at that time I didn't even want to be seen. I didn't even want to be known. So I didn't want to be in the shot. But I stood off to the side and I was recording Marcus as Marcus was recording them and talking to them. And I posted a little snippet of that. And I remember that somebody commented on the video. I mean, and this was not like a troll. This was someone that you knew took it personal that I recorded that. And I felt like it was Marcus commenting from a Finsta account because it was so it was so disrespectful, y'all. It was so disrespectful, but I didn't even respond to the person. I just blocked the person, right? And it dawned on me then, wait a minute, why did that person take it so personal that I recorded Marcus? And because they were like, how dare you record him and this, that, and the other. And it's one of the first videos posted on my account. If you haven't seen it, I want you to go look at it. You could see how little that motherfucker is in that video. I think that really bothered him then. And he never got over that. Exactly, TTG. Exactly. It's literally, look, that video on my page is the very first time that anyone on YouTube ever saw Marcus's height from head to toe. It is the first time. Check that video out. It's like no more than 5 minutes or it's less than 5 minutes. But yeah, back to I'm a troll account through bit, but I'm not Marcus. Okay, TTG, that's right. But TTG, that's yeah, yeah, K3. What's shaking, nephew? I left a comment on your post because I couldn't find you on IG. I told you I had a TV or whatever for your new spot. I do want to make sure that I get that to you. So try to Damn. Cause I K3 out of mine. That's your shit not coming up on IG, bro. My shit is my IG is God. Why do I have such filthy language? Why I hate the fact that I curse so much? Because well, I'm educated. I'm very intelligent. I'm extremely well spoken. I can find better words to say, but I still find myself. Vibes Queen said the whisper behind me listening closely with my nosy self. But I gotta get out of that. But yeah, K3. Yeah, my IG is she be cooking 718. She be cooking 718. That's my IG. Because I have not been able to find you. So let's figure that out so I can get that TV to you, nephew. Um Let me see what else I wanted to low man syndrome. Yeah, and ever since then, because like I said, the person that trolled me that night, that was not a troll. That like I know what a troll. You know, one thing about a troll, unless your skin is super thin, even when a troll is it's gonna be something about the troll that's gonna make you laugh. Even when it's you may not laugh visibly to other people, right? But to yourself, right? Internally, you will find something funny about the troll business, right? Whatever they saying, whatever they got going on. You find a slight amusement in it. No, baby, this was not that. This was personal. This was very much directed about the fact that the video was angled a certain way. I wish I could am I if I unblock how do I can I dig up that old you know what? I'ma find that old comment. Am I able to find it? Vibes Queen, can I find that old comment if I block the person? Cause I don't know if I deleted the comment. Damn. Did I screenshot it? Cause if y'all see the comment, y'all would be like, "Oh no, that was him. That was him. That was him. That was him." And he really took offense. Once you block them, the comments are removed. Damn. Damn. Learn something new every day. You learn something new every day, child. Well, yeah, well, well, then it's gone then, but that was him. That was him. And it's been ever since then, it's been, even though he did loan me that change, but clearly, when bit of money, y'all know why he did that, right? Come on. If you come on. If you know, you know. Fuck is loan me that money. You know why. Because he thought and expected that I would feel so indebted to him that I would pretty much do anything for him, that I would defend him till the end, that I would allow him to talk to me any way he wants, that if he called upon me for something, I would run to him at his beck and call. Marcus didn't loan me that money because he saw a person who had brought something to his platform and felt like, I kind of just want to look out for this person. They're doing the right thing in life. They're one of the people on my not out here drugged out, and screwing their life up. So you know what? She's going through a little rough time. Let me just look out. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't that. That was not that. This was more about, you know, I'm not going to give her the 300 that she actually needs. Or I'm not going to give him the 300 that he actually needs. I'm going to loan him 100 because in my miscalculation, That 100 will have brought Dominique. I will have literally purchased Dominique. Got me fucked up. Oh, Lisa says, love y'all. Duty calls. Catch y'all in these YouTube streets later. Thanks for having us, Dominique. You're welcome, sweet face, and thank you for pulling up. It's so early for everyone. And I tell you something, don't get you. I am not a morning person. I'm not. But then again, it depends. It really depends because I do be taking shifts that are early morning if you know the bag if the bag is bagging. You know what I'm saying? But as far as me getting up early in the morning, hopping on a live, I wouldn't say that that's something you should be looking forward to. Right, opulence. He thought I was on clearance. Lisa said, early bird gets the worm. Now, that is true. That is true. And it's no pun intended, but we are talking about somebody. Well, never mind. I'm not even say that. But yeah, the early bird. We don't want that worm, though. Not that one. But yeah, y'all. He thought I was on clearance. No, like, no, somebody just switched the tag on me or something because I know damn well. I just know damn well. I still currently owe Marcus $60, y'all. Because you know he deducted his little 40 from the interview fee, right? Which was so petty. That's what I tell you, Marcus don't got the kind of money y'all think Marcus got. I don't think. Because you think a ninja, listen. Hi, Solid Sunny. How are you, sweet face? Solid, by the way. Just know that we are still, trust me, we got that going still. It's just I got some stuff I got to put together. Because I want to make sure that I treat that project with the respect that it deserves. I want to make sure that I have everything in place. Yeah. And I'm good too, sweet face. But yeah, so sheesh, what was I saying? P have money. People that have money is not living like Marcus. That's what I'm saying. Like Marcus don't got it like people think. Marcus got expensive daughters. Okay, and then he's allegedly a trick. Tricking ain't easy, but tricking ain't cheap either. Okay, it ain't cheap tricking off on these, and we don't know. Listen. The alleged hush money pay, capital A. We don't know. We don't know. He doesn't own his home, Jeep, etc. Where is that's what I'm saying? Like, where is the flex? Like, bro, please. I mean, I don't got much, but you don't got much more. Like, for real. Like, you just don't, bro. Because if you did, you wouldn't have been worried about no little $100. And you damn sure wouldn't have been as so petty as to even deduct it. Like, oh, well, I'm just not paying you your interview fee because you owe me $100. Like, what? Like, and I mean, sure enough, I didn't care. Let me be very clear. I didn't give a damn. It was not mentioning it in the context of little man syndrome behavior patterns. Like these is the kind of you know what I'm saying? That's this the type of dude that if you in a relationship with him and he buy you y'all break up, oh he gonna want that TV. Yep. He gonna want the TV. That's what them kind of men do. Little narcissistic men do shit like that. He's gonna want the TV. Mm-hmm. Yeah. 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 If he Allegedly. Oh, oh my God. But for real, is um. Wait, let me read. Let me see. Before the websites, if he got demonetized, he most likely would have been struggling. I couldn't live on the edge like that, especially with. That's what I'm saying. But I'm scratching my head to figure out who are the people. I would love to. I wish I could be a fly on that paywall. I wish I could, because I bet you it's some church women up. I guarantee you, y'all, it's some teachers up in there. I bet y'all it's a few social workers up in there. It's probably some people up in there who could actually help and do something to better the lives of those people in that in those spicy movies. And they would just rather grab their lotion or their rose and just watch. I would love to know who the people are who what I you know what can I you should maybe I need to put out a roll call and I want to do a panel. I want to do a panel and I'm honest about the fact that they are subscribed to the spicy and I want to have an honest conversation about why. Because let me be clear, I'm not against spicy. I'm personally not against spicy in general. In general, I feel as if adults can do what adults want to do, as long as it's adults doing it, right? Um, this is a different type of spicy. This is you know, it's it's giving it's very Timu spicy. This is not like, you know, it's very much Garbage Pail Kid spicy. Um and so yeah, no, it's a no for me. You get what like it's just an it's in fact those are, if I choose to go to a legitimate spicy site because I'm grown and if I choose to watch something spicy, I could watch something spicy. But those types of spices would be the ones that I would scroll by. I'll be honest with you. Like those be the ones I scroll past. Like, nope, don't want to see that. Don't want to see that. So I would love to get like four people on a panel who would be honest about the fact that they do are members of the Daddy's Briefcase and the Now Back to the Content. Well, I don't think the Now Back to the Content is spicy though, right? Is it just are both of them spicy? Oh my God, he's not doing salt and pepper. Is he doing salt and pepper? He was just doing salt or pepper. They both are they both spicy? Or is it just the Daddy's Briefcase? Which Daddy's Briefcase, if that doesn't creep you the F out, that thing don't creep y'all out, Daddy's Briefcase? Nigga, what's in that briefcase? Negro? No, that I'm not a fan of the whole idea of Daddy's Briefcase thingy. And mind you, I'm somebody who's lived on the edge. I'm somebody who definitely definitely has FREAKY side, right? Honestly. Yeah, no. No. I don't see what I would get out of being like I would love to hear from four people who would tell me exactly what I would be getting out. find pleasure in watching that, these specific individuals particularly, like how it, like what's the pleasure, like how am I supposed to feel gratified or fulfilled by watching those people do that? Like what? um well, in the aftermath of one video, somebody made a remark about somebody's feet being really dirty. And you could see like dirt on the bottom of this individual's feet in the video. And I'm thinking to myself, like, well, yeah, I mean, a lot of them are like homeless. So, yeah, you know, it's gonna be like that. Like there's gonna be days that some of them don't get to take a shower. It is what it is. But that's why to me, I it's hard. It would be difficult for me to find actual pleasure out of it because whole time I'm thinking, would it even pass the smell test? Like, would it pass the scratch and sniff test? Like, I know dang on well that them jingling balls, Lord, uh-uh. I know. Wait, I've been missing comments. Okay, the name alone is cringe. I kept wondering why that name. Yeah, that name just gives me like, what kind of like low key serial killer? Like, what the hell? They had a shower in motel, Dominique. There is no excuse not to shower first. Okay, I agree. I can't. There's really not much of a. Okay, no. Yes, there is an argument to be made, Vibes Queen, because first of all, you talking about some people who like. I think a lot of times, BQ, we forget that we are dealing with people who have brains that have been fried by drugs and or cheap alcohol. Um, People whose brains have been fried by trauma. And a lot of times with them, they literally just want to get the money and go. And it's like, I can just imagine, like, for example, and this is no shade to Cash, but when me and Cash was sitting, okay, I gotta say this low. When me and Cash was inside the hotel room, right? Now, I knew Cash was doing a solo video, so of course she didn't have to do that. That was an option, and she chose not to. That I guess she showered before she got there, whatever the case may be. Which now here's the thing: we was sitting on that bed, just chatting, just chit chatting, watching TV, and we were waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for Marcus to get the Marcus wanted to buy the baby oil because he was like, you know what, let me can y'all wait? Let me go get some baby oil so I could, I want her body oiled up real good. I want it glistening or whatever the case may be. And then he was like, or matter of fact, you know what? Maybe instead of baby oil, what y'all think? Maybe coconut oil, because I think coconut oil will make it shine better. Yeah, I'm gonna do coconut oil. So we was wondering what was taking him so long. He's driving around. He finally, and the reason why it took him so long was because he wanted this particular coconut oil brand, but they did not have it. And so he ended up settling on this, it's like some upcoming. He had went to 2 stores. But the reason why I'm telling y'all that is to say this. The whole time Cash sitting there, she like, He need to hurry up. I'm trying to get my money and go. Like, she was ready to go. Some people be ready to go. They don't be, you think they worrying about a damn shot. They be like, look, I'll take a shower in the park bathroom tomorrow. Some of them people ain't seen a tub in so long, they don't even know how to use it no more. They get in that motherfucker thinking they in a spaceship. Oh yeah, it's that real. So yeah, they be trying to get their money and go. Cause sis wanted to get her, she was trying to get up out of there. You understand what I'm saying? We sitting there like, man, listen, I only had what was my pay? I forget what my pay was. I know it was under 100. But child, I wanted my little coin. I was ready for my little coin. You understand what I'm saying? And I ain't even no fiend. I ain't got no issues like that. But I wanted my coin and I was ready to go. First of all, them hotels is nasty. That hotel that he had them in when I was there, that was a very nasty ass hotel. I ain't gonna hold you. It looks nasty. And it's one of them places where, if you don't have to be there, you really don't want to be. Oh my goodness, I cannot wait up out of here. Like, what in the, you know what I'm saying? And I have very high tolerance for like the hood, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need like all of the accoutrements to, be comfortable and whatnot. Like, I can rough it a little bit, but baby, you did say shit? Mm-mm. Oh, no, 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 no. That place he had them people in. Oh my God. I know it got to be mice up in there. Rats. It got to be. Got to be. I couldn't do it, child. I couldn't do it. So them people may get up in there for them spicy scenes. Trust me. They just want to get their money and go. Half of them want to get Marcus out their face as fast as they can. Okay? Can you imagine? Oh, I would love to be you. Now, here's a conversation I would love to be a fly on the wall for. Could you imagine the shit that they say about Marcus behind his back? Could you imagine like 4, 5, or 6 of them in a room together with some drink and some smoke, having a conversation about that dude? Vibes Queen says, I feel so free. I can say how I feel about worrying about his feelings. Now, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, girl, let me tell you something, VQ. When he came in my house and showed his ass the way he did, he ripped the whole band-aid off. And he freed me. He ripped the scab clean off. You understand what I'm saying? And he freed me because, first of all, you did something to me I did not deserve. You was definitely in the wrong. So the freedom that you have given me to criticize and to be very visceral in my criticism, if I choose to, is amazing. Bob says, before I had to always worry about not coming off fake, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, right. Because, and me too, I was walking that line and I wasn't even a mod, but I was walking that line just as a person in that space, in the ASI space, and feeling like, the platform did bring me some attention. It did do what it was supposed to do. But at the same time, I was resistant to whatever it was supposed to be doing any damn way. It's not like I was like clamoring for this shit. My channel is new as hell, but it could have been old as hell. But I ain't even want to do this. I didn't even want to do this. And when Marcus did that, it definitely in the infant stage of this channel. In many ways, I'm still in the infant stage. Vibe says people out here talking about I begged him for a wrench. Little do they know I recorded him giving me my wrench back, and I didn't ask him for anything. Pretty sure you're not them. Okay, you ain't got to beg Marcus for nothing. I ain't got to beg Marcus for nothing. Okay. Now, when I needed that little bit of change, yeah, I asked him. Okay, but I ain't got to. I wouldn't beg nobody for nothing. Uh, It's not that kind of a situation over here. Okay. But if Marcus don't be careful, Marcus gonna be begging somebody for something. Marcus might be begging the court for mercy if he's not careful. Not that I would wish that on him, because I most definitely would not. Just real clear about that. Like I wouldn't. It's not something that I would wish. But the law is the law. See, I don't have nothing to do with that. That's outside of my. That's above my pay grade right there. Not. I wouldn't when you think about his daughters. But you know what? But you know who else is supposed to be thinking about them girls? You know who else is supposed to be thinking about them? Him. Him. Right? My whole thing is, why the hell would you even want to be within 5 feet of anybody that looks anywhere near close to the age of any of your daughters? Like, why would you even want to be like in their presence? Like, you shouldn't want to be in their circle, in their circumference, in their bubble, in their presence around them. You don't hug them, don't shake their hand. Like, what? This point, like, once you look at somebody, bro, and you see that she look like, damn, she look like young my daughter. Don't even interview her. Like, it's so many, bruh. Do you know how many? There's a saying that goes, "It's 8 billion stories in the naked city." Atlanta is literally the naked city. Places like Atlanta, Los Angeles, Las Vegas, Nevada, those places are grown people into view does is endless. That's why he does it. That's why he made it his life's work. It's endless. You can't you can't run out of that kind of content. So you don't have to as young as your daughter. This way you don't even have them in your presence. They can't say you tried them. Like I done seen you put these kids in your Jeep, bro. Like you just be throwing people kids up in your Jeep like it's nothing. Like don't even let me call your mother and ask her if it's okay if I'm riding you around in my Jeep. None of that. You just be just throwing them up in your Jeep like it's cool. And my thing is like you could literally save yourself and these creating for yourself that very rule. I will not interview anybody that looks anywhere near the age of one of my daughters. Period. Because you could find enough people 21 and older, 18 and older to tell their story on their channel. And that story would be interesting and compelling. Like, I don't think that the age of the person necessarily makes the story or drives the story. I think that what drives the story is the story. The story drives the story. And age might affect how we react to the story, but it doesn't drive the story. So we don't need to see we don't need to hear some 17-year-old about why her and her toxic boyfriend who's 24 years old, should be left alone and people should mind they bit like what? What? No. We don't need that. Or let's say we can do without it. We can do without it. Marcus can find enough compelling content from people in the grown-up space, and we would think about it. Look at Polo, right? Polo is a whole grown up. He's a full adult male. We are locked in with Polo. We subscribe to the content. We you know what I'm saying? When he's on screen, you know what I'm saying? And he's not 17. Tone isn't 17. Charles isn't 17. Thank God. Okay? Because the Lord knows if he was, just might be a chance that you could talk to him the same way you talk to Josias. But again, no, I doubt it. Even then, I don't think so. Because again, Charles has a different personality. Um, Anyway, guys, let me let you all. Okay, that's the real. Yeah, that's the real tea. Bob Queen says people lie so much. I always gotta stay ahead of the lies. They speak on my name, and you should always. Then never let nobody lie on your name. Always defend yourself against lies. I don't understand people who use this saying. If it's not true, just ignore it. Excuse me. If it's not true, just ignore it. Do you realize that lies have gotten people killed in these streets? Do you realize that lies in these YouTube streets has gotten people killed? Literally. No, literally. YouTube street lies, beef sector lies have gotten YouTubers murdered. So to tell somebody, oh, if it's not true, just ignore it. That is asinine. Like that's to me speaks of a level of a divorcement from reality. That's not the real world. In the real world, you don't get to just sit back and let people tarnish your name, tarnish your brand, tarnish your reputation, bring your credibility into question, and you just sit back and, well, I mean, it's not true, so I don't care. Whatever. Who does that? Who does that? I think that's expecting a lot of anyone. Anyway, guys, let me get going. It's early morning. I feel like let me see what time it is. Oh, it's 10:20 something. I could probably get me a little cute little nap in. You know what I'm saying? A little continuation of the sleep that was interrupted when I woke up this morning. And because like I said, I was really just gonna write the post about Charles. Then when I got to the part about why I felt that he was not elevated in the Atlanta Streets interview space the way Polo has been. Goodbye, Vibes Queen. Enjoy the rest of your day. Decided I was like, you know what? Let me just go live and talk about that. But I am going to try to track Charles down, though. I will tell you that. I'm going to try to track bro down and get him in for a sit down interview, because he's just a real interesting person too. And were it not for the fact that I was in a rush yesterday, I likely would have wanted to say a little bit more. And again, this is not on no flirty, so let me be very clear. Okay, I don't have to hump on the homeless in order to get the job done, so to speak. But I mean, now let me stop. I think he would be a real interesting interview outside of you know, standing against a brick wall with somebody with a camera in his face. I like to get him in for dinner and a sit down. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely gonna try to look him up some kind of way. And the rest of y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. Y'all have a beautiful day. It's a Monday. It's the start of the week. Okay, hopefully it's not a manic Monday. I don't know if y'all got kids. I hope they've gotten off to school safely. It's after 10 school. I'm pretty sure they're definitely in the school by now. And if they're not, why the hell? You better get them kids to school. Enough for that. All right, y'all. Y'all have a blessed day. Take care. Thanks for dropping in.